Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Challenge Wars Indistinguishable. My name is Fear Dragon, and I am joined by my co-caster whose video somehow just is not working right now. Let's get him back up on the overlay. But there it is, Tempo StarCraft. Team Tempo,
like,
what's
shoot.
up, man?
Nothing too much. I thought you were gonna like duplicate your video and you'd be like, but which is the real Fear Dragon?
What's the real Fear Dragon? I'm co-casting with myself. But this is going to be a really fun event. For those who do not know, what is Challenge Wars? What is this tournament you guys are about to witness? Because I'm not going to lie, even Tempo and I are not entirely sure what we're going to watch right now. Because the way that Challenge Wars works is that it is a tournament series. It's not just a one thing tournament. It's a tournament series where every tournament has this really weird idea attached to it. And I feel like the only appropriate music that I could play to introduce and talk about this format was the Nyan Cat theme song. So here's how it goes. The last Challenge Wars, we had a bit more of a kind of fun and learning experience tournament where players would play these resume from replay tournaments. So basically, whenever they lost a game, instead of playing a brand new game, we said, no. Why don't we go ahead and have you play on this last game, resume from replay at any time you want, the loser would pick, and we find out what would happen if they just did things a little bit differently. And there were all kinds of fun mind games that happened. Nurchio was an absolute god, but Welmu also played really, really well at that one. This time, we're taking it up a notch, a couple of notches, all right? The way that this tournament works is we're playing on a mod where every unit is going to look exactly the same. Now, I'm not going to lie, there are a few bugs here and there. The players know about them, and they've come to terms with them because this is mostly going to be about having fun. But you can make all of your Mutalisks look like Broodlords. You can make all of your Zealots look like Carriers. You can do whatever you want, and you can change it at any point during the game. That is the premise for this tournament. Everything else is normal. It is a normal game of StarCraft where everything looks exactly the same, including your build.
Oh, wait. You actually pick what they look like?
Yes, you do. There's going to be... And by the way, anyone who wants to use this mod, play with your friends, do whatever you want, this mod is available in all regions under the name Model Swap with no space. That's Model Swap with no space. If you search that, you will find it and you will be good to go.
I didn't know that they could pick it. I thought it was just random.
The most important thing that you have to know if you do decide to use this mod is hit Control Tab and it'll pull up your nice menu. By the way, an enormous shout out to Nice Username who slaved over this mod. And it's the reason why, it's a very complicated mod. And we originally had planned to do this event in December, but the mod ended up being even more complicated than we thought it would be. So we ended up having to kind of rearrange the dates and reschedule things a little bit. But we are now ready to go, and all the players are ready as well. So let's get started with game number one. It's going to be, as kind of you can see down below, Chabby versus Zanster. For those who don't know, let's go into the real serious in-depth analysis tempo on these two guys. Chabby is a bit of an up-and-comer right now. We're going to have to see how well he can actually hold up versus a well-known established pro like Zanster. Tempo, the really important thing to actually look at right now is going to be that match history, because we need to know, all right?
Yeah.
Is there a record between these two guys? No, they've never played a competitive StarCraft match against each other, ever. So,
wow.
Oh,
God. So the first time they play each other is going to be in this Indistinguishable. Oh, this is great, actually.
You know what, Tempo? In the immortal words of, I think, someone that used to be a pretty good friends and play D&D with, let's make a memory together. We're going to start down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map on top of the extractor trick himself. Give it up for the blue Zerg player, Zanster. All right, so he's mining with the Zerglings.
All right, mining with the Zerglings in the top right-hand corner of the map, representing Mind G. It is not anything out of the ordinary. Chabby.
Boom.
Not too Chabby, if you ask me. I can't believe it. Wonder if he knows how to change them all. But yeah, there you go. Fear Dragon gonna let everybody know. Control tab to pull up the menu selection. Obviously, Zanster figured that out. He's now mining with lurkers. And that's so cool that you can change it like that. I think that is gonna make it so funny that it's in the player's control. So yeah, he's gonna have to figure this one out.
So here's the interesting thing, and again, like there are going to be a couple of bugs that we'll encounter every so often, and I'm sure that occasionally this is one of the things that does sometimes happen, where you'll make a unit and occasionally it won't actually come out as that new unit that you've selected. But let me see if I can actually pull this up. You can see this is sort of what the menu looks like. Obviously there's things a little bit broken over here where you can't actually see any of the units, but for Zanster right now, there's a big list of units for Zerg units and neutral units. That is the one restriction that you have on units you can pick. You cannot choose units that your race does not have access to, or you can still choose neutral units, but you can't choose Protoss units as a Zerg player, things like that. But yeah, here we go. Chabby is moving in, scouting here, and seeing, okay, well, I've identified that you have a lot of drones.
And there's like one lurker that is mining gas right now. And now he has a bunch of critters as well, I believe.
Yep.
I can't remember what those ones are called, but yeah, Chabby comes in there and is like, oh God, what am I actually scouting, right? Because, you know, they have to bring, the drones bring the minerals to the big daddy drone. And Chabby's just like, you know, playing it super standard here. Just like, yeah, giving all his information away.
Here's the funny thing though, is you can technically click on every single individual building. You can see it shows up, this is a hatchery. These are drones.
The flying, the overlord.
All right, Zanster just coming in over here with a nice little, like, what is this, Ursa deck scout?
Something like that. And yeah, already here for Chabby though. I mean, you have to really think about it. Using this to your advantage is really important, right? Like, you're going to have to force APM out of your opponent to click stuff. And the fact that Chabby's not changing his stuff means that Zanster is pretty much has an advantage, you know, just being able to kind of mess with the mind here of Chabby. The mind G even.
So I will say, and I'm actually surprised that we're already seeing this. I was really expecting to see these kind of mind games from a player like Chabby in the semifinals, where you actually just don't turn your units, at least for a very long time, because there are some weird things that end up happening. Your units will get a lot smaller more often than not. And when you actually change back, for example, if for some reason Zanster was like, I want to change all of my units back into drones, the drones will actually be a little bit smaller in case you guys didn't notice. But, oh no. The lag. The lag.
No.
Zanster. Okay, well, Zanster is okay. But here we go. Adepts killing off a lot of critters right now. Oh, what? They're firing themselves at their opponents. That is their attack, apparently.
That is awesome. And also in the natural of Chabby, a few probes went down to some of the lings that went in there as well. So he equalized just a little bit, but no, 6 workers that Chabby has killed to the 1 of Zanster.
But does Chabby even know how many Tempo, does Chabby know how many workers he killed? Because they could have just looked like Zerglings.
What if, yeah, what if they were just regular Zerglings? You wouldn't even know. So to target down workers is going to be a lot tougher. And now Chabby has turned everything into Nexus, and I don't think he meant to do it.
I just imagine for a moment that he paused. He was like, wait a second. I didn't sign up for this.
Yo.
Change me back to normal.
It's too late now. He goes, can I select single units?
You can.
Everything.
But it's gonna be hard with that as your units. Maybe pick a smaller units. I don't know, man. This is just gonna be a learning experience for all the players. I think I've been outplaying myself quite a bit already. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. Like I was saying before, sometimes you're gonna pick really large things.
Yep.
You can't turn them back to normal. It's too late.
It's too late. You're in too deep, Chabby. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, I mean, this is just how you gotta live with it now, guys. Like, once you go. Oh, you want to change only one unit.
Oh, no, man.
Everything or nothing. Except units mining gas. Those guys are stubborn. Alright. Oh, I have to unpause.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. The big Zergling run by of actual Zerglings running on in, and oh my god! So another very important thing. shadows are so important for realizing where the boundaries are of buildings. You can see the shadows of the gateways over here for Chabby. That is the actual limitations of where the wall-in is. So I hope Zanster has his settings turned up.
Yeah, he's gonna need to know, right? That's gonna be a lot more confusing if he doesn't, because one of the settings, like if you don't have shadows on, he's not gonna be able to see that at all. So at least have it on blur, I think, or the blob, right?
Yeah.
To at least see the blob will help. You don't necessarily need to have it all turned up.
Although it is helpful if you have it all turned up, because I think then you can see, like, oh, this, you can actually identify, okay, this one's a gateway, this one's a Twilight Council. It's actually a totally new game of identify your opponent's buildings by their shadows.
Yeah. It's so weird seeing a drone turn into, what the heck is going on?
Oracle comes in, it's up to 4 kills before the Ursidax start throwing themselves at each other.
Exactly. Look at them, man. It's a first date and they're just throwing themselves right at them pretty much. And wow. Looks like these are some adepts. Or at least we think they are.
They do appear to be adepts. Oh my god, tempo. You know what's scary? When you can't identify the difference between Zerglings and Banelings.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so sick, and especially in mirror matches as well. Whoa!
Oh, stasis.
Even the larva are Ursidax too.
Yeah, even the larva is gonna be Ursidax. And by the way, stasis trap is actually such a sick move in this kind of game, because normally, if you see a stasis trap going down, first of all, for those who don't know, it has the lowest priority usually of any of the other attacking units. It's gonna have a lower priority than every other attacking unit. But if you don't know which one's the stasis trap, you're not actually gonna be able to identify it and say, well, let me set that off with one particular unit. All right, here come the shades.
Yo. Oh my god. Yeah, with all of these lings here, which I believe they are, trying to figure out. I mean, how crazy is it that the adepts are smaller than lings right now?
There were banelings in the mix. They crash in on the adepts, and Chabby gets mostly cleaned up. It's still relatively even supply, though. They have even worker counts and even army supply.
Wow, yeah, you were talking about that, saying, hey, what if there are banelings in there? Chabby did not know. And how are you supposed to click on every single one in order to see that? You basically just have to see the speed of at which they're moving. But, okay, here we go, the Vespian Geyser defense.
All right, it's going to be a pretty strong move over here from Chabby. Unfortunately, he does not realize that he is leaving a trail of Vespian gas cloud wherever he goes. Needs some Vespian gas. I think that Zanster's like, oh no, man, I already got my banelings, I got my speed research. I'm good. I'm going to back up for a moment.
Yeah, well, Zanster does say that he does need a little bit of Vespian gas. And how is he going to know which are the shades and which are the regular ones? Well, as soon as they start shooting at you, you realize what it is.
Banelings are starting to die. At least it looks like the Banelings, the adepts are going to be shading on in, but they're going to shade on top of some of the Banelings. No, doesn't look like Zanster decides to turn around. Hotkeys are going to be so important in this match's tempo. If you need to keep track of your units.
You absolutely need to know
what's going on.
Here comes the engagement. Oh boy, the adepts are at the front. I know what's going on, Fear Dragon. I got the third eye. And nope, I don't.
Oh boy. Whoa, we got Dark Templars over here. Cloaked Vespian Geysers tempo. Oh my god. You know what?
This hatchery doesn't have anything at it, so that's gonna get taken out.
Yeah, there's no spore crawlers, I don't think. Hold on. Nope. We got the unit counting station. There are no overseers out on the map. There are 2 overseers being morphed in right now. Luckily, you know what? Cloaked units are gonna look like cloak units to you.
No matter, that's going to be really, really tough to deal with here. Zanster's going to lose the hatchery on the left side. And Chabby, he started off a little bit, kind of reserved and not doing too much. And then now he's definitely using it to his advantage. And he's even saying, Zanster, change your units, man.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
All right, we got Voideries coming out at tempo. And double Robo also coming out from Chabby. You know what I'm actually really, I'm really hoping for? I hope we get to see the carrier, because when the interceptors start coming out.
Oh my god, you're right. The interceptors are going to be crazy. Now, it does look like there's overseers with this army as well. So those Dark Templar or Dark Ursidax, Ursidons, whatever they all are going to be able to get detected.
Okay,
oh my god.
Well, adepts are getting cleaned up, I think, by the trails of Vespian gas geysers right now. You know what actually is a really terrible thought? To really mess with your opponent's head, if they have a more micro-intensive army, just change your units to whatever theirs are. If like, for example, Zanster decides to pick Vespian gas guy. Oh my god, these gas guys are just so quick. Wait, is he destructible rocks now? He's rocks!
Wait.
They're destructible rocks, I think!
This is for you, Dusty. Dustin Browder. He's given a big homage
Oh my god.
to Dustin Browder, and he is about to rock Chabby's world when he comes in with a bunch of these banelings as well.
Oh god, okay, it looks like we do have a lot of Hydros in the mix and 22 banelings. I almost feel like the unit counting station is more important than ever before. But man, these Hydras lobbing their rocks at each other. A couple of Void Rays are not turned just yet.
Nope, they're not. They're gonna turn on up, but they're not gonna do any extra damage because none of these are armored units, right? So how's that? The Hydras is going ham on these Void Rays. The Nexus is gonna go down and GG is gonna be called. Holy
Zanster, the king of just the unbelievable, I don't even know what to call this, tempo.
Yo.
This is everything I hoped it would be.
It's ridiculous, man. They are just going in and I don't even know. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, well, that's game one. These are best of threes because as fun and, of course, as serious of a tournament as this is supposed to be with a $500 prize pool to play on this tournament.
$500, man.
$500.
Yeah.
I still knew that I didn't want the novelty to wear off by having them play a best of sevens every game or something.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, let's hop onto that next map. Again, if anyone wants to play on this map themselves, they want to play with their friends, Model Swap on all regions. Search for Model Swap the mod. It's a mod, not an arcade map.
Yeah. Oh, boy. It's just the craziest that the actual projectiles are the units. Like the rocks, yeah, like Zanster's saying right now, the rocks throwing rocks and Ursidax throwing little Ursidax and, you know, just, oh my goodness.
It's gonna be amazing seeing what they come up with in game number two. Because now, here's the big thing, okay? There is a whole meta. People were talking about, players were talking about how they actually had a hard time, and they, with their own units, they were messing themselves up because they had trouble keeping track of what was their units. And this is actually something you can only really experience if you play the mod. And I did try playing on the mod a good bit. But it can be hard sometimes.
That you posted, right?
Yeah, what are your buildings? What are your units? You're looking for your units, and you are so reliant on your hotkeys, so unbelievably reliant on your hotkeys.
Yeah.
So it's actually like potentially a valid strategy to hold off on turning your units into a different type of unit until the last minute, until like during the engagement where you just want to mess with your opponent. Or if your opponent comes into scout, they get that lucky scout and now you change all your things into a building. Because otherwise, it's like, it's a benefit and also a disadvantage. It's both. But here we go, guys.
You have to actually do it, right?
Yeah.
So.
We're hopping on to Abyssal Reef though, and I do have a map intro for this, so we'll see you guys there. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, give it up for the blue Zerg player sitting up 1-0. It's Zanster.
Oh, that was so cute.
Oh my god, that Ro8 was adorable. He goes to the 12 pool, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's hard to tell, but he does 12 pool, no gas.
Yep. And in the top left-hand corner, representing Mind G, looking pretty normal to me, it is Chabby.
Okay. Well, Zanster got, what are these? These look like some sort of, oh my god, he is a Guardian.
Guardians,
he has Guardian Zerglings.
Wow, and it's a 12 pool, so he's going to be able to get on over here. The probe isn't in the hole.
Oh,
And he's
God.
going to be able... Oh, he's going to get it
Oh.
in time. Really nicely done.
Nice job. Yeah, a good identification of what this is. I mean, of course, there's really only one unit you're expecting. But here's kind of the cool thing. If Zanster decides to transition this out into a big Baneling bust, is Chabby even going to know tempo? Is he even going to know it's a Baneling bust?
Like, it's almost better to keep your lings as slow lings, right? So if you're trying to hold with the depths or something and you're like, oh yeah, I got this against the lings, all of a sudden they start blowing up and then you're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
That's actually such a brilliant idea, Tempo. There's a huge advantage to not researching speed for these Zerglings now.
I know, right? Well, here he goes. He's getting a few probe kills, and he needs to make sure that he gets the damage done because he is down by 6. So Zanster, he did the 12 pool. He's already got his hatchery. Nice moves here, but and making it a little bit easier to target probes here because Chabby didn't change his units. So
yeah,
perhaps he's thinking he doesn't want to confuse himself. And
I think that is the big thing because he knows he can't go back after he does change. So I think exactly you're right, though. There is a little bit of a lost opportunity with this kind of play. So it's not just that like, oh, Chabby's being anti-fun or anything like that. I think it's a very strategic decision. I told players everything is valid as long as like it is possible by the mod and you don't crash the game. It's legit. And this is very much a legit strategy from Chabby. Don't turn your units because you're just going to confuse yourself, but you lose out on the advantages you could have gained.
Exactly. So Zanster definitely going full memes today. And Adept is going to pop on out right at the nick of time to take out that Ling or
oh my God.
Whoa.
I don't know if you saw that when Guardians pop their larva, it looks super cool. Also, look at this hatchery in the main base of the rocks. Whoa.
With the green,
it's the larva.
Wow.
It's the larva popping.
That looks so cool though, right? It's like
radioactive, destructible rocks.
Whoa. That is horrifying when a queen is a rock and starts throwing rocks at you.
Oh my God, Dustin Bratter would be so proud. Although I think Dustin Bratter probably wants the rocks knocked down, and he's going to have an opportunity right now. Chabby, can he take down these destructible rocks?
Oh man, he's going on in. Zanster, there's nothing here for Chabby. The Lings are going to get here, but the pylon goes in time, but he blocks out his probes from going into the main. That's all she wrote.
GG gets called. Zanster takes the 2-0, moves on to the semifinals. In challenge with Indistinguishable, I mean, that was a rather fascinating entryway into this tournament, Tempo.
Yeah. There you have it, guys. I hope you're ready because there's a lot more where that came from.
Oh, yes.